has happened to the music nowadays? What has happened to the music nowadays? Seem like it ain't no love in it. Seem like it's all about killing and fighting and running holes and such and such. JT, what has happened to the music? And I'm giving a great shout out to the YouTube family and everybody. Big shout out to my boy Ron on this video. You want to know my opinion on what's done happen. Let me say this off top. First of all, I'm not no hater of nobody. I've been in the music for a long time, and it has changed big time. When you get to the point where you get to talking about killing other than loving, ain't hardly no love ballads no more like you had back in the day. What has happened to the music? Well, times have changed, technology has changed, and people have changed, and some people have changed for the worse. And I'm gonna tell you what's done really happened with it: the love of money. Because think about it. When you look at the radio nowadays, they don't have a whole bunch of songs in rotation. They look like they only have I would say about a good 15 songs or 16, maybe 20. And you hear those same songs all day. They just in rotation. And when you click it on another station, you hear them same songs all day. Down here, we don't even really have hardly no jazz station no more. They took the Oasis away a long time ago. See me, I'm more of an old school. And now don't get me wrong, everybody ain't doing a whole lot of bad things with this music, because music is a form of art where you express yourself. See, I don't have no problem listening to that rap, depending on who it is. I don't have no problem listening to that jazz, R&B. I hear gospel all day long, get tired of hearing gospel. But see, I love those love ballads. I love when people song about loving each other, caring about each other. How you be ready to cry back in the day when you heard some of them songs, man. See, I'm a Earth, Wind, and Fire, bro. I'm a Frankie Beverly and Maze, bro. I'm a Marvin Gaye, bro. And see, all of those songs, see, back in the day, and then the bands that they had, oh my God. Everybody came up on stage was cold. But let's fast forward to nowadays. Now notice I said band. Well, look at the technology now, and I'm not hating on nobody that do this. Trust me, don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. Just like this keyboard I got right here, this Motif. You can get on some of these programs and hold down one key and play a whole damn song. See, me, I like to play the whole damn song. I don't like to just hold down no C chord that's playing the whole song for me. That's why when you listen to my tracks, it's live. Now, the only thing I might not have live is a drummer, because damn, I can't find none. Can't get nobody to work with me. Because people want to do what's only pleasing for them. And if it ain't about them, they don't want to help you. So that makes me have to use a drum beat. But everything else gonna be live. Because I love a live feel. That's why I love listening to Anthony Hamilton. Anthony Hamilton. I love that boy. He got that old, he reminds me of Donny Hathaway. See, when you don't go back to the old school, Hamilton, I said that right, Anthony Hamilton. Excuse me, I said Hampton at first, but I mean Anthony Hamilton. That's one of my favorites. Because he have an old soul. Some of these people out now, man, they go back to the old. I'm going to just be honest with you. A lot of this music came from the old school, whether they want to give the old school people credit or not. They paved the way. I don't know how many times I heard rappers use a sample from James Brown. And a lot of these folks don't even want to talk. Don't even want to recognize where it came from. If it wasn't for the old school music, oh man, half of this stuff out now be trash. Cause see, I can say I like a whole lot of this stuff, and then I can say a whole lot of this stuff I can't stand, but that's just me. And what I can't stand, somebody else love, especially with a lot of this rap music. Even with a lot of these R&B singers, a whole lot of them sound the same. I don't know who be singing on these tracks now, because they all sound the same to me. And then now the teenagers, I'm not knocking nobody, but now if you come out with a stupid song, let me think of something right quick. Okay, let me say something like this. My battery in my remote went low. I can put a beat and make a song out of this. My battery in my remote went low, and you know what? That joker sell like crazy. That me saying that let me sit down and write something that's real good and that's soulful music. The one I wrote about the remote is going to sell first, because it ain't even about how gifted and talented you are now. It ain't even about how good you can sing. All you got to do now in Hollywood is look good. and the studio will come up half for you. See, that's why a real person, when they sing live, you can really tell if they can sing or if the studio doesn't help them. And the studio, man, the technology that's out now, man, it can make anybody sound like a pro. But once again, I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just answering the question. Yes, music has become terrible in so many ways. Don't even talk about the gospel field. And some of these folks in gospel, they ain't even concerned about praising and worshiping. They done got to the point where they just dancing in the choir stand. Some of them ain't even moving their mouth. They done got so caught on the beat that the beat done became better than the lyrics now. So I don't like that. What's coming out your mouth? But once again, I'm not knocking nobody. Just tell the truth. Because being a producer, I played it all. I used to sit in there all night with them rappers, man. They'll tell you. I sat in there all night, same I did with the rappers, I did with the gospel people. I sat in there with the R&B singers, and I tell you what, people, it ain't no difference. They all give you hell. They all got the attitude, they all got their ways, and you be shocked what you see in the gospel field, in the studio. And I'm talking about from smoking weed to running women on down. Ain't no different, people. Really ain't no difference. And I'm not talking about everybody do this, but oh man, you'll be shocked that who you see doing what, that's supposed to be different from the world. I'm going to tell you like this, ain't too much of a difference. From what I have seen, I'm talking about from experience. I ain't talking about something I seen somebody else, what somebody else talk about. I'm talking about what I have seen and been through in my life. See, people always think I'm getting on here talking about something I ain't never went through. Now, pretty much everything I talk about on here, I done been through it. Why you think I can talk about it? And when you think about nowadays with the music, it's terrible in so many ways. Man, you remember that old song Lenny Williams did? How that boy sung about that girl? How he wanted to roll himself up in a big old ball and just die because his heart was hurting. And don't even talk about the blues. See, them people that did the blues, oh man, they was catching the blues. Why you think they can sing the blues? All of us should be able to sing the blues because we done all went through some hell in our life. But you got people say, oh man, I don't listen to that. Boy, you done had a woman you was crazy about that broke your damn heart. You done had a woman that drove you to drinking. You done had somebody cheat on you where you was toe up behind it. Or you the one that went out and did all of that. That's why all music was created. And what I can say about a lot of rappers that I listen to, they got a dynamic message. Everybody ain't talking about slapping hoes and running women. Some of these folks out here got some real positive stuff. That's why those damn rappers. Now the love of money done became the root of all evil, like the Bible say. Now you do see a whole lot of folks they coming out with all kind of, let me say it like this, the young folks are so influenced because the younger folks think it's all about, I got to get me a tight car, got to get me a whip, got to get me a car with some rims on, I need my pockets fat, I got to go get grilled out, I need to go get tatted up from my head to my feet. And if y'all don't know what tatted up mean, that means tattoos. Because they see the lifestyle of the rappers, but they don't understand what these rappers are really going through. And I always tell these youngsters, don't believe everything you see. See, I know the deal behind it. Some of these rappers be renting this stuff. It's for a show. Some of them renting this stuff just for the next video. A lot of these rappers ain't owning what they got in these videos, but people don't know that because they ain't never been behind the scene with the rappers. I have. I know what go down. And I probably just made 100 rappers mad for saying that. But they know what go down. I don't care who it is. That's what I loved about Tupac. If you really looked at Tupac didn't have a whole lot of stuff like a lot of these rappers be doing that. Tupac, when you see Tupac had, I believe Tupac had a normal size 4-bedroom house. And he made it. What did Tupac have in his driveway? It might have been a Rolls Royce. Tupac didn't care about all that. He didn't care about wearing a whole lot of jewelry and a whole lot of ring because Tupac's message was more important than what? Oh, y'all will care later on. That boy had a message. But nowadays, look at the songs he came out with like Dear Mama. Changes. Boy said, I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living or should I blast myself? How many of y'all done been in that situation where you was ready to take yourself out? You was just ready to give up. So when you think about music nowadays, yeah, a lot of it is corrupt. But it ain't just the music. You got corrupt churches. You got corrupt everything. Corrupt police officers, corrupt judges, corrupt lawyers. Everything is seeming to be crooked now. And I don't know about y'all, but growing up, music was all I had to hold on to. Me and Pop was just talking about this. I stayed in the music. I stayed in that R&B. I stayed in the gospel. I stayed in the rap music, the jazz, whatever. That's how I learned how to play everything. And once again, I'm still here standing tall, and ain't none of this stuff corrupted my mind. Holding it down, folks, if you're looking at this video. And yes, I still play R&B music. And I'm going to forever play it till I leave her. Sick of people with all this judging about music. And they go home and listen to the stuff. As soon as they see people do, oh, no, I can't listen to that. No, that's worldly to me. Man, you living in this world every day. Yeah, the Bible say be in the world, but not of the world. But people living in this world and still living for the world. Christians on down. I don't care who you are. All this lying and stuff, hiding behind closed doors, man. You ain't got the front. See, that's why I keep it real. And God know everything I do. You can't hide nothing from the Almighty. Then you got more music. And it was so sad, all this music that's degrading these women, you coming out with songs like, bitch, you ain't nothing. And you got women getting up, shaking their ass to it. That's what's so sad to me. You got your tight jeans on and you shaking your ass and the song ain't doing nothing but calling you a bitch. And you loving it. Calling you bitches and hoes and you loving it. And your kids loving it. And wonder why your kids walking around saying the same thing. Why they walking around shaking their ass to the same degrading music. Do you think Marvin Gaye would have had degrading music? Have you ever heard a song from Earth, Wind, and Fire that was degrading? Have you ever heard Maze with a messed up song? Teddy P. No, it was all about love. And I'm going to say this again for folks that didn't know Big Barry White. Big Barry White used to be a big time gangster. That same Barry White had all them love songs. Oh yeah, Big Barry was tough. Y'all know Barry White, Lord rest his soul. That boy had some love songs. And Barry White used to be a big time gangster. See, people don't do the research on folks though. So when you think about the back in the day music and then now, big difference. People fell in love back then. You know what people doing now? Getting with anybody. Who gonna do what for me? Fall in love with this money. See, back in the day, you didn't have to have a pocket full of money to have a good time. You could cut on your favorite record. You can cut on them spinners, couldn't you? Oh yeah. You can cut on them Ohio players. You can cut on that Al Green and that Isley Brothers. And you felt like you had $1 million in your pocket. Why? Because you felt like wasn't nothing going wrong because you had the one you love. People, how do y'all think all of us got here? These holding down folks, how y'all think we got here? Somebody slept with somebody now, whether they was married or not. And I don't believe they was sleeping around on no Amazing Grace and found out stretch my hands to thee. Now I best believe a lot of y'all was listening to some of your favorite music. I believe Ronald Isley, all of the music Ronald made. I know some of y'all got pregnant out of Ronald Isley. So yes, the music has become so crazy now. You can see it all day long. But this technology right here on this keyboard make it easier and easier to make beats. And it's going to get easier and easier because nobody wants hardly spend time. You can't get no bands together to save your life. Some can, most of us can't. So I'm going to just say this like this when I leave, man. Let's not forget about who paved the way. I'll never forget about old school. I play it all the time. And you ain't going to miss me on it. It's hard to miss me on back in the day music. Pop will tell you. Pop challenged me with all kind of songs. So with that said, with that being said, I'm going to get on out of here. Be blessed.